Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity.
Ready, what?
We are on level 10. And we're making use of druid spells to do nice things. Autumn's Decay, corrosive damage, more damage over in any area of effect. Slowing their attack rate, that is a good thing.
Die!
I especially like the Call Lightning equivalent is doing very well. I mean, there's a higher level version of it that I could be casting. But this is... But that's my top spell list, and this one's doing very well. Generally, I like multi-purpose things. Well, primarily, I like to be able to get debuffs and buffs in, primarily because those kind of things are more efficient spells. But a damage-dealing spell that lasts for several rounds and only hits enemies and follows you around in an area, that is really efficient. Rope-like strands of webbing glisten with moisture. Ancient crumbling bones are all that remain of countless victims. What are they eating still? Adraki. Copper Ald. That's a lot of money. Relatively a lot of money, anyway. Diamonds! Potion of Displaced Image. And camping supplies. That is stairs down already. I'd rather not go down already. Okay. Also, okay. This is giving me Constitution +2. This is giving me Might +2. This is giving me Perception +2. This is giving me nothing except Athletic +2, I think. So Con is +2, Might is +2, and Perception is +2. Okay, I could get Dex for better action speed. Perception for better accuracy and reflex. More resolve, because yes, why not? Better will, for one thing. Better concentration, better deflection. What's the other thing from deflection? Resolve. It's all resolve. I think that answers my question. Okay. Maximum enchantments reached for Arguus Adra. Okay. My resolve is now 16. Oh, because it goes up from the nerfs.
Yes.
It was only +1 improvement. Okay.
Certainly.
Spectres. Oh, go. Oh, ooh. Okay. This thing first. This thing second. That one. Cripple that one. I like the I might want to drop the defender if I'm continuing having her as a damage dealer primarily. But on the other hand, oh, it only reduces deflection. Okay. Are we all paralyzed?
Hey!
We are paralyzed.
Can't move!
All of us are paralyzed. Everybody, most people recovered very fast. You're paralyzed again. Okay.
Lavaru beyond seek.
The hell? Did they teleport? Oh, ghosts. Okay, interdiction. Blessing. Oh, you're paralyzed again. Only
This won't hold me for long!
Yes.
Oh, she went down. He went down too. The druid and... Of course I couldn't get him with one spell.
Damn! I won't!
You're paralyzed. Oh, you're out of spells to do it with. You're all paralyzed?
Lose! Finish them!
They got Sagani. Whew. That is a unique rod. Beginning of Wade Wayne's legacy, a cleric of Baroth in New Haelmar petitioned his god to end the Hallburn curse. He knelt on the stone floor of his temple and prayed for 5 days straight, seeking food, water, and sleep for the sake of his vigil. On the evening of the 5th day, he fell into exhausted slumber and dreamt that the Pallid Knight told him to restore the cycle by returning the souls of the living to it. When he woke, he found a large but plain candlestick from the temple altar lying next to his hand. He fashioned the candlestick into a weapon. He prowled the city, murdering the elderly and the infirm in Baroth's name. As the death toll climbed into the dozens, a mob of vengeful bereaved formed to track him down. They caught up with the cleric outside his temple and turned his own weapon on him, bashing his skull apart in the street. Several onlookers claimed to see an elderly dwarf, cloaked and impossibly emaciated, standing in the shadows and laughing. Oh dear. Exceptional attacks can stun on crits. That might be better for, what's his name, than what he's currently using, Durance. For his ranged attacks, anyway. Oh, it does bonus freeze damage. Fits his temperament, too. Okay.
Hey.
Get Sagani.
Yeah?
You deal with Sagani.
Just
well. Okay. Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna do a quick save. We've got people with severe burns. -2 dexterity, -2 dexterity, -2 dexterity. Okay.
Certainly.
Is there nothing to this? Is this all there is to the 10th floor? Really? I wasn't planning on going to the 11th, 12th, and 13th, 14th, and 15th floors. Um, hmm. Okay. I will want to do that before I complete the third act, I think. Hey, cutest cat. You are the cutest cat. I wish you showed up on the level up screen. Anything else we can do? Slow mode can be used to direct characters in combat without pausing. Fast mode is useful for traveling through areas the party has already explored. Silence. High speed silence. Ooh, I am not looking forward to seeing what atrocities are going on in the deepest part of this. During combat, an arrow moving out of one character selection circle into another indicates melee engagement. If the engaged character attempts to move while the arrow is active, they will instantly be targeted by a disengagement attack. Basically, attack of opportunity. Had to change a lot. I'm guessing they had to change a lot of terminology to avoid competing with Dungeons and Dragons copyrights. But in any case, we are finished with the Paths of Odd Noir for a little while. Didn't take as long as I thought. Apparently didn't take as much issue as the first time I tried to come down here. And we've got almost all the parts of the blade. Not that it's a blade that we'll end up using because, well, maybe. We do have Kana. Kana uses two-handed swords when he goes into melee. He's using that Drake's Bell right now. It's an S-Talk rather than what do you call it, two-handed sword. I might want to give him focus that involves the S-Talk, but oh well. Give him pistol right now because he's mostly using the pistol. Hover on any attack in the combat log to show more detailed information on how it was resolved. Let's see.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
That I've said this before, but yeah, that's generally the idea of a castle. That's generally what the purpose of a castle is for. What is this? Hireling payday. Okay. Being escorted. Okay. We are going to rest. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to resolve bonus. Yes. The other thing I'm going to do... What's this? Journal. We are going to read the biography a little bit. There are those who find inspiration in books and houses of worship, and there are those for whom it is more personal, perhaps not even a choice at all. The spark of divine inspiration revealed a path to you, and since then you've traveled it in search of fulfillment. You hail from the white that wins, this is probably because I chose mystic. You hail from the white that wins, where your life was changed when you began experiencing spiritual visions. Your studies drew attention, you found yourself accused of heresy. Harried by your accusers, you were forced to leave your home in search of safety. You went so far as to book passage to Gilded Vale, but you have planned no further than that, intending to see where life takes you. You fell ill traveling with a caravan bound for the Gilded Vale. The caravan master sent you off with one of his guides, Caliska, in search of a remedy. While out searching for the remedy, you were ambushed and returned to your camp to find it slaughtered at the hands of angry locals. You dealt with them only to be nearly killed by a wind that threatened to shear your soul from your body. You escaped with Hyodan and Caliska into an ancient ruin. You emerged from the ruin to find a strange ritual being performed at some kind of odd ancient machine. There was a man there who commanded others. There was something oddly familiar about him. As he left, the machine began to spin, generating some kind of energy, and there was a blast that felt like a windstorm that you had encountered earlier. It turned the others who had been with him into ash, and neither Hyodan nor Caliska survived. You were knocked unconscious by the blast, and when you came to, you felt awed. You were seeing things, hearing things. You departed the ruins, attempting to reach Gilded Vale on foot, where you hopefully would be able to find someone who could cure you. When you arrived in Gilded Vale, you found that the town was not the growing and prosperous settlement you had been told it was. Instead, you found a dying town at the mercy of a phenomenon called Wade Wayne's legacy, and received a cold welcome from the town magistrate. Your prospects of settling in Gilded Vale looked bleaker as it was, but they may have been totally dashed when the tolling bells of Radrick's hold announced that their master's child had not been born in good health. The magistrate advised you to rest at an inn. You helped an Adir wizard named Olaf out of a scrape with the locals of Gilded Vale. He was understandably grateful to find company for the road. When you tried to sleep, it was restless, full of encroaching whispers, and you experienced a vivid nightmare. You saw an old dwarf woman hanging from the tree in the center of Gilded Vale. She said a single word, "Watcher." You approached the hanged dwarf woman from your dreams and found that, though through some means you were able to converse with her, you learned that you are a watcher, perhaps as a result of your brush with death at the ruins, and that this has given you some kind of otherworldly vision. Though the dwarf was able to tell you few details, she advised you to speak to an old watcher named Merwald, who is master of a keep in the area and might be able to help you. In Gilded Vale you met Eder, a local farmer and follower of Aelthus. His family's faith and his brother's role in the Saints' War had earned him the suspicion of the local authorities, so you decided to make your way out of town together. On the road through Magron's Fork, you met a wild-eyed priest who called himself Durance. He recognized you instantly as a watcher and seemed convinced that you were meant to journey together and instruct one another. When you reached Caed Noir, you met a Ruatai scholar named Kana Rua. He joined you in hopes of finding an ancient and sacred text buried beneath the keep. You arrived at Caed Noir to find the place haunted by hostile spirits, its master's whereabouts unknown to the steward who watches over the keep. Merwald was in the dungeons of his own keep, hiding from spirits hallucinated by his own tortured mind. His soul was awakened to his past lives, and some irreconcilable conflict from long ago within him seemed to have driven him mad. He cautioned you that you may share his condition as well as his fate. However, he did also suggest that there may be a way to undo your awakening. He told you to seek out the Leaden Key, the group you saw before at the ruins, and to determine from them how to undo it. Merwald's body was taken over by a personality from one of his past lives, and you were forced to slay him. You freed his soul from the keep, allowing it to proceed onward to the next life. You journeyed to Raedric's hold and slew the lord who had caused so much grief for Gilded Vale. You began exploring the extensive dungeon beneath your keep. You came across the huntress Sagani at a crossroads in the wilderness. She journeyed from Nasatak in hopes of finding a reincarnated elder from her village. Impressed by your ability to see and track souls, she accepted your offer to travel together. You met an Orlon druid named Hiravias in the woods. He said he was eventually bound for Twin Elms, but he was keen on exploring in the meantime, and he seemed eager for the safety of a group. In Defiance Bay, you found a temple to Wodeka, the purported patron goddess of the Letting Key, but it had been burned down long ago. The spirit there suggested that there was also a section of the temple below ground. You found your way into the temple of Wodeka from the catacombs beneath Defiance Bay. There you infiltrated the Letting Key and found several promising leads regarding their operations that you hoped might lead you to the man you saw at the ruins, who started the machine and caused your awakening. Aloft revealed that his soul is awakened and that he shares his consciousness with a crude yet spirited woman named Isilmir. In Brackenberry Sanitarium, you found the man you were searching for. He had taken possession of the body of a patient there, and he seemed to be using it to ruin the career of a man who had been once been one of Deerwood's most prominent animancers, a man who had been working on a cure for Wadewynd's legacy. The man wasn't interested in helping you with your awakening, at least not voluntarily. He made a hasty exit from the sanitarium, sending his soul from body to body, and left you to clean up the mess. You were summoned by Lady Webb of Dunreed Row, who seemed to know something about who you were and what you'd done. You met Lady Webb in her chambers in Hadrit House. She wanted to know why you pursued the Letting Key and was able to tell you about the man you were looking for, Theos Ix Arcanon, a man who reincarnates with a perfect memory of his past lives and who orchestrates plots that take lifetimes to come to fruition. You found the district of Heritage Hill abandoned, overrun by rotting creatures neither alive nor truly dead. This is an out-of-order thing. With the help of an animancer named Aldhelm and an ancient language expert named Decantha, both of whom functioned despite their own deaths, you were able to learn that the machine atop the tower in Heritage Hill, Terra Noneth, has the ability to anchor souls to their bodies, causing those bodies to remain animated even in death. What was more, Cantha explained that there are other similar machines scattered throughout the Deerwood that function as relays, sending souls from one place to the next. You brought the machine on Tir Noneth to a halt, freeing the souls held captive by it. You shared a strange connection with a woman whom you instinctively think of as the grieving mother. She joined you in Deerford. But you haven't seen anyone else take notice of her since. Yes, I know. You finally learned that Ader's brother, Woden, fought for Raedceres in the Saints' War. This is again out of order. After meeting Wadewynd himself, Ader came to realize that he may never know why his brother chose to support Wadewynd. Nope, that is the right order. Okay. In the ruin of Cleabon Rielag, you discovered more ashen bodies of members of the Letting Key, apparently dead after an act of self-sacrifice that had somehow catalyzed the Gwithan machine there. As a watcher, you were able to relive one of the agent's last moments. From that, it became clear that these machines play a role in Wadewynd's legacy. With everything you've seen, you were able to convince Lady Webb that the Letting Key were behind Wadewynd's legacy and that their plot involved animancers taking the blame for it. She advised you to seek out Duke Avar Wolfgren, who is currently holding hearings at the palace on the future of animancy. She thought he would listen to your case, provided you were able to secure an invite to the hearings. You were able to convince the dozens to allow you to join their delegation at the animancy hearings, despite the fact they're the anti-animancy people. At the animancy hearings, we didn't exactly make clear what evidence we were bringing. At the animancy hearings, you made a case against the Letting Key and also convinced the Duke that animancy was too valuable to be banned. Before Duke Avar had even so much as finished his proclamation, however, Theos possessed the body of an animancer and assassinated the Duke, sending all of Defiance Bay into a frenzy. You followed Theos' trail to Dunreed Row, where you found all its ciphers murdered, including Lady Webb. But in examining the last moments of her life through her soul, you were able to learn that Theos was headed for Twin Elms. Aloft confessed to being a member of the Letting Key, but claimed that after learning of the crimes the organization had perpetuated through Deerwood, he wanted to help you stop them. You agreed to let him continue with you. Kana found the tablet only to learn that it had long since been destroyed. You've seen visions of another time and place. You were walking in a grand chamber toward a giant machine and a man standing in front of it. You wanted to ask him something, but what it was wasn't clear. You later saw the man from your vision again, a projection of a past life. According to Meerwald, the man spoke to you through you as though you were a young missionary. You told him you were born in a city called Kretium and explained why you had come to join his order. Then he asked you to take an oath. A third vision of the man you've been searching for seemed to come at some time after the last one you saw. You were attempting to leave the missionary order. You explained to him that you had seen heathens do unspeakable things, that you no longer wished to be confronted with such horrors. Despite your feelings, the man persuaded you not to leave and lifted a great burden from you in the process. In the aftermath of the assassination of the Duke, Theos said something to you that triggered a memory from your past life. You saw a woman being tortured, stretched across the surface of an iron wheel. Theos was there, asking if she desired mercy, but she defied him. So that is our biography and our visions up to now. Cool. Xezel. Okay. Talk to you later. Let me check something, actually. Female mystic. Okay. AI behavior. Talk to you later. Bye.